Welcome back to Reiki 1. This is section 4, and it is entitled, What is Reiki? So Reiki is much more than a manual, a workbook, a class, or a seminar. It's a connection with the ever-flowing light energy of the universe. Reiki in and of itself is the greatest teacher for those who are willing to listen and to learn. Much more will be gained through your actual experience as you move through life than could ever be written or described. As you move into the natural flow of this healing, illumination, balancing, energizing, and revealing energy, these words will take on a deeper and deeper meaning. Now, Reiki simply is pronounced Rei-Ki. Rei is the Japanese word which means universal, and Ki means energy. So together they mean universal energy, Reiki. Ki is the Japanese word which means life force energy. The Chinese say it's Qi. Christians call it light or Holy Spirit. Prana by the Hindus, Mana by the Kahunas, Ka by the Egyptians. They are all one in the same energy. Reiki is the force behind the yin and the yang. It is a whole and complete energy before the separation into duality. This unique and powerful attribute is what enables the Reiki system to be used at any time, any place, and on any condition. This vital flowing energy is the basis for the continuity of life as we know it. So Reiki is like breathing. Once it is activated, it is with you always, silently, gently, and powerfully. It is a powerful and natural system that unlocks the inner flow of vital energy within the sender and the receiver. An evolutionary process that increases the natural flow of events and the patterns of manifestation within life. Reiki is a way to synchronize and energize vital meridians and acupressure points in the body, while gently aligning and balancing the major energy or chakra centers in the physical and finer bodies. Now, we don't have to know exactly where these meridians are. Reiki is a very intelligent energy. So it seeks out imbalances in the body. We don't have to direct it to a certain point. We simply have to know and believe that the energy is going to where the body needs it the most and where the higher self or the God source wants it to go. It is a completely natural healing system. It is always with us. It is so nice because all we really need is our hands. So we don't need any special equipment. Oh, it's nice to have a table or music or, a nice quiet room, but it can be done anywhere, anywhere. It is a great support for medical procedures and practices. It doesn't conflict and it doesn't interfere with regular Western medicine treatment, but it assists the body in its own highest level of healing and wellness. So for instance, if you are having Western medical treatments, say chemo, okay, that's a big one. So if you have to have chemo treatments, to do Reiki during those sessions, to maybe have the intention that the chemo is working for your highest and greatest good, and that the Reiki will help with all side effects of the chemo that may not be for your highest and greatest good. Allowing Western medicine to work and allowing the Reiki to help in its own way. It is a universal healing energy, and it's beneficial to all life forms, humans, plants, animals, anything that is living on Earth. Plants, I've done little seedling tests where I give small plants or just seeds, Reiki, and then plant them, and how wonderfully they do. And as they grow, I also give them Reiki. Animals love Reiki. When you're talking about a smaller animal, they need much less than a bigger animal. So say you were doing a little cat or a small dog, they may only need 5 minutes and then they'll walk away. They've had enough. But if you're working with a horse or a cow, they're going to need far more energy. However, I also allow them to let me know when they're done. And they do let you know. They'll either walk away or they'll push your hand away. They will also move their bodies into a place where it feels better to them, where they may need it. So, animals, they love it, and, go with their flow. Let them decide where. Don't ever force like Reiki onto their heads or onto their bellies or wherever. Just be gentle and let them walk around or wiggle around until they get into a place where they're happy. It is consistent and it is a vital means of relieving and releasing stress, tension, and hypertension. So, one of the things that we can absolutely say about Reiki, it is very relaxing. And when you are relaxed, your stress level is much relieved. And, most Western doctors will tell you that stress increases all kinds of illnesses. So if we could just be in the flow of having Reiki flow through our body and become in a place of peace and contentment with a low level of stress, you're going to find that you just get healthier because you don't have stress in your body holding on to those illnesses. So again, it's a way of controlling anxiety. It's a connection between you and an infinite supply of intelligent, vital life force energy. And that's important. We are not giving our own energy to an animal or a plant or another human being. We are accessing universal energy that comes into our crown, comes down to our heart. It fills us. So we receive the Reiki first, and then it comes out our hands, and then it is sent to whoever or whatever we are sending the healing energy to. So it is a win-win for everybody. But that connection between you and source energy becomes very, very strong. And this is a muscle. It gets open during attunements and it gets stronger and stronger the more we use it. And it never goes away. It is completely self-contained natural healing system. It is absolutely all you need to use. However, it works with everything else you're using. So say, for instance, we talked about Western medicine, yes. But it also works with, say, massage or acupressure or acupuncture. You can use Reiki in conjunction with all of those things. It is a unique and individual experience, and that is all the time. So say you have a Reiki session and you come in, you lay on the table and you are just, I don't know, you've been in the car and you've had a harrowing drive and you get here and you're like, oh, I just need to relax. And you have a Reiki session. And by the end, you're really in a good place. You go out, say you have to do something and everything works really smoothly. You come back, you have another session. Well, you're already in a good frame of mind. So that Reiki session you're going to have next is going to be very different from that first one you had. And when I ask people to practice Reiki, I ask that they work on one person at least 5 times. And they will be able to see for themselves the differences. And so will your person you're working with. You'll be able to see that each session is absolutely different. Now, when we use Reiki, we always say it is for the highest and greatest good of whoever we're working with, whether it be ourselves or someone else or an animal. So I can say it's safe to use anytime because our intentions are for their highest and greatest good. So there is nothing that is going to be healed incorrectly or in the wrong place, or because we have their highest intentions in mind. And that's very important. Intention is everything. It's a technique to restore balance in your body. So Reiki will seek out imbalances in your body, in your chakra system, in your energy system, and it will try to balance all of those areas. When your energy centers are balanced, it will then go out to smaller centers in your body and balance them. When you are in balance, your energy is going to flow much easier. So you're going to flow much easier in this world. Now it's always available. So it doesn't matter where you are, doesn't even matter if you're separate from somebody. They have determined that Reiki will go through a metal wall, it will go through water, it will go through stone. The only thing that blocks Reiki is the intention of the receiver to block it. So if the receiver has that intention that they don't want it, they don't want to receive it, they want to block the energy, then it will not penetrate that. But anything else, it's just going to go right through. It is, it's the best for preventing disorders. So the healthier we are, the less disorders we're going to have. I think that's also a reason why Reiki has never really been proven, because it's wonderful at preventing stuff. So, here I am 64 and I can say, oh, I don't have cancer because I've done Reiki. Well, I might not have had it anyway, so that doesn't really prove anything. But we know as practitioners that the more Reiki we do, the self-Reiki that we do, the Reiki we receive from other practitioners, helps to keep us healthy and balanced. So that's wonderful. It is a very powerful tool. And this is something that when I first took my Reiki class, I didn't expect the spiritual connection that the Reiki brought with me. But when you are working with universal source and it is coming through your body, you can't help but develop that connection, that spiritual enlightenment. And it's a beautiful thing. Last and absolutely the best is it's for you and me and everyone who wants a higher quality of life. I have taught as young as 8 or 9 years old, all the way up to somebody in their 80s. I have taught men and women from all religious backgrounds and some that don't even have a religious background. It is not determined by anyone, any race, any creed. It is for everyone. And it's a wonderful thing. Now, some things that Reiki are not. Reiki is not psychic healing, right? It is just not. It is not dependent on any dogma or specific doctrine or belief. It is just, you just need to have an open mind and Reiki will be there, right? It is not a religion or a cult. It is not laying on of hands. And it is especially not for only when you are sick. I love doing Reiki when I'm feeling wonderful, and it only makes that good, healthy feeling better and stronger. So, don't just reach out to Reiki when you're sick. Use it every day. It's not imagination or wishful thinking. However, the belief that it is working starts things. So it's not imagination. However, you imagine that the healing is working and you allow that healing in. It's not limited to a select few. You do not have to be talented, special, a healer already. It is for everyone. It is not psychic surgery. It is also not massage. It is when we're doing Reiki, if I was doing it on my arm, Reiki can be a hovering like this, but it's if you do touch, it is feather light. So the person could feel you, but you do not want to be pressing down. It's feather light on their skin. So when massage would be having your hand here and then sliding it, right? So that's not what we do with Reiki. With Reiki, we would pick it up gently and then gently place it in the next position, right? So massage would be this. Reiki, we do it this way, okay? It is really not dependent on any state of mind. However, the openness that it is going to work, the possibility that there will be a difference, is something to entertain when you're receiving. When you are sending, you really want to have the best intentions for your person in mind. And you really want to step away with that ego and just let the higher self take over. We really are just a conduit for this energy, and this energy is going to go where it needs to go. Now, as you're, moving your hands around the body, you may have a thought about, oh, I should be at the left knee, and you may be standing on the right side by the shoulder. Well, you would just at that point, you know, attend to that area, because if you have a thought that is not the normal procedure that you would know, or a normal thought that you would normally have, and it is for this person's highest and greatest good, it is probably intuition coming from your higher self, and it's your guidance. We do always ask for guidance. Thank you. Next piece is going to be effects that Reiki can have. So Reiki supports the body's natural ability to heal itself. Reiki can help reduce pain and bruising. It can help heal burns and broken bones. Reiki vitalizes the body, mind, and soul, and it can reestablish spiritual equilibrium and mental well-being. Reiki functions on all levels: physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional. And Reiki energizes and balances the body's energy centers. Reiki loosens up blocked energy and promotes a state of total relaxation, which is very much reduction of stress. It creates a calmness. Reiki cleanses the body of toxins. Sometimes if you're working with somebody or yourself, and the Reiki will reach a toxic area, you may jerk, your hand may fly out, or your leg, and that's simply your body's way of releasing this energy that it just doesn't need anymore. It adjusts itself according to the needs of the recipient. This is quite significant, because there are machines in hospitals that have certain hertz that they dial it to, and it can heal skin, or it can heal bone, or it can heal ligaments. Well, Reiki in itself does that. When it comes across a part of the skin that may need ligament healing, the hertz in the Reiki hand will change. I mean, that is so beautiful. And that's why we say it's an intelligent energy. And again, I want to say this, I can't say this enough. Reiki works with people, plants, animals, food, computers, cars, electronics, anything you can think of. Reiki can actually make better. So when you're filling your gas tank in your car, when you're holding that nozzle, just intend that the Reiki is going into that gas, and you're going to get the best gas mileage you've ever gotten. That's something you can do. When you're stirring your food, when you're making soups or spaghetti sauce or anything, your stir fry, just intend that that Reiki energy, that healing energy, is just filling this food, and it's going to be for your highest and best good. How beautiful is that? Your family will thank you. All right, well, we're going to take a break now. We are going to come back and record the next section, and that will be who we are talking about. We'll see you soon.